Hello everyone, this is CS Divesh Goyal, practicing company secretary from Delhi. This is our new series of videos on regular compliances, mandatory compliances for different type of companies. This is our part 1 of the series of video. In this video, we shall discuss about the mandatory annual compliances for a private limited company. As we know, whether a company is a working company, whether a company is a non-working company, but every company has to comply with many provisions of the Companies Act 2013. So in this video, one by one, we will discuss what are the mandatory compliances for a private limited company throughout the year. As we know, when Companies Act 2013 came, the compliances level of the private company has been increased to the manifold. In the Companies Act 1956, compliance level of private company was low. That has been drastically increased by the Companies Act 2013. However, Ministry have issued the two notifications, first on the 5th June 2015 and second on the 13th June 2017. In these two notifications, Ministry have provided certain relaxation to the private limited companies from the compliances. After this relaxation, we can say compliance level has been decreased little bit and came on the same level as the Companies Act 1956. As per Companies Act 2013 Section 2 Clause 68, private limited company means a company which by its articles restricted the right of transfer of share, limit the number of members to 200, prohibit any invitation to the public to subscribe the share of company. These are the three restrictions of the private limited company since the date of incorporation, since the date of closure of the till the date of closure of the company. There are certain features of the private company. There is no requirement of the minimum paid up capital for the private company. Private company can accept loan from the directors, relative of directors, shareholder of the company. Private limited companies can give loan to director because certain exemptions given to them under section 185. So these type of many relaxation given to the private company which make its private limited company is important than the other type of companies. Now let's discuss the mandatory compliances for a private limited company throughout the financial year. As we know, financial years of the company is April to March. So we have divided our compliance calendar on the quarterly basis, like first quarter April to June. So what are the mandatory compliances for the period April to June? First mandatory compliance in this quarter is MBP 1 under section 184 subsection 1. Every director of the company in the first meeting of the board of directors in each financial year shall disclose his interest in other entity. Director will give a disclosure in format of MBP1 to the company. In that MBP1, director will disclose all his interest in other entities. Compliance number 2, DIR 8. As per section 164 subsection 2, read with section 143 subsection 3 clause G, every director of the company in each financial year submit with the company a declaration that he is not disqualified to continue as a director. So director will give this disclosure on yearly basis to continue as a director. Compliance number 3, MSME 1 form under section 405. Company have to file this return half yearly in respect of pending payment to the MSME vendor. Only two checks we have to check: whether a company is having MSME vendor, whether the payment of such MSME vendor is pending at the end of half year more than 45 days. If both the conditions fulfilled, company have to file this form every half year within 30 days of end of half year. Compliance number 4, P form DPT 3. As per section 73, company have to file this return with the register of company every year till 30th June. In this return, company will disclose the amount of deposit and particular note considered as deposit. In this return, company have to mention the data, all the outstanding loans, advances as on at the end of year, that is 31st March. These are the compliances for the first quarter. Quarter 2, July to September. As we know, July to September is month for the financial year, director's report, holding of AGM. So as a compliance number 5, company have to prepare a director report. Director report shall be prepared as per section 134. So whatever disclosures are mentioned under section 134, company have to mention in the director report. Compliance number 6 or 7, holding of AGM. As per section 96, company have to hold AGM of the company annual general meeting every year within 6 months from the end of half year. For calling of those meeting, company have to send a notice of the calling of the general meeting. Notice shall be sent under section 101 Red with Secretary Standard 2. Notice shall be sent to all directors, members, auditors and the debenture trustee. These are compliance number 7. Compliance number 8. Circulation of the financial statement and other relevant documents. As in the compliance number 6 or 7, we have discussed about circulation of the notice of AGM. As per section 136, after circulation of the notice of AGM, company have to circulate along with the notice of AGM the copy of the balance sheet, auditor report and director report also to the shareholder, directors, members of the company. Compliance number 9. Annual form Dietary KYC. All the director of the company shall file this form on or before 30th September every year with registrar of company for each and every director. So these are the some compliances for the quarter 2, that is July to September. Now compliances for the quarter 3, October to December. As in the last quarter, we have prepared the director report, financial statement for the AGM. As per section 137, company have to file e-form AOC 4 with the registrar of company within 30 days of holding of AGM. As mostly AGM held in September, so October is the due date for the AOC 4 in those cases. In AOC 4, company have to attach balance sheet, P&L, director report, auditor report, etc. Compliance number 11. Company have to file annual return under section 92 in e-form MGT 7 every year with the registrar of company within 60 days of holding of AGM. So generally AGM held in September month, so due date for this return is November. Compliance number 12. If a private company having paid up share capital 10 crore or more and turnover of 450 crore or more, such private company is required to obtain a certificate in MGT 8 from the practicing company secretary. These are the compliances for the quarter 3. Now the quarter 4, January to March. There is no mandatory compliances under Companies Act for the quarter January to March. Except above 12 compliances, there are 2-3 more compliances like compliance number 13. As per section 173, that is Secretary Standard 1, every company is required to hold at least 4 board meetings in each financial year. Maximum gap between those board meetings can be 120 days and there is no requirement of holding a board meeting on the quarterly basis. Compliance number 14, maintenance of statutory register. Every company have to maintain some statutory register throughout the tenure of the company, like register of director shareholding, members, register of transfer. Compliance number 15. As we know, every company have to appoint auditor throughout the tenure of the company. Tenure of the auditor is a 5 years. So after every 5 year, company have to appoint a new auditor or reappoint the earlier auditor and have to file e-form ADT 1. These are the 15 mandatory compliances for a private limited companies. Even a private company working or not, these 15 compliances they have to do every year. Hope this video is useful to you. If you found this useful, please subscribe our YouTube channel. If you are having any query relating to this topic, you can mention in the comment box. Further, you can subscribe for the regular update through WhatsApp by message us on 8130657778. Thank you so much.